Steve, this is a keeper. It says about everything I can think of saying, if I had their higher consciousness, in one go, beautifully put. In my view, it's time now not just to read a message like this, but to really get it, down to our bones. May our listening match the quality of their speaking. April 7, 2024. Welcome to our message, dear readers. The world has entered a time of important and powerful change for Earth herself as well as for those living on her. Individuals who live from a consciousness of truth have a stable foundation from which to meet and understand these changes and can assist those presently struggling to understand the world from foundations built of shifting sand. All is proceeding according to plan, although many continue to hold concepts about what will happen, when, where, and even how to speed it all up. Know that a divine plan is and can never be influenced by or subject to limited three-dimensional practices intended to influence it. Earth is and always has been the perfect spiritual universe of divine mind, but because you are creators, it is the evolved consciousness of the majority that will lift and enlighten the collective to where it no longer expresses and maintains creations of duality and separation. Earth has finally reached a place of spiritual readiness for more, and that is what is happening. Change reflects states of consciousness because consciousness is creative, the substance of form. Divine consciousness is all that exists, but the fullness of it can only be experienced when individuals are able to align with it. Each day more individuals awaken to a deeper sense of oneness, which in turn is serving to open and lift world consciousness to levels that will stop feeding many current forms of duality, separation, and two powers. This energetically powerful time on Earth is not for the faint-hearted. You who chose to serve Earth at this time may feel like the head of a flying arrow catching heat and resistance. Many of you are experiencing physical, emotional, mental, and even spiritual issues because your energy fields are being swept clean of lingering old pockets of energy in order for them to be replaced with high-resonating light energy. Physical bodies often react to this process in some way. Everything still vibrating with old and finished energy is dissolving regardless of how well it may have served in the past, simply because the slow dense vibrations of third-dimensional consciousness cannot align with the lighter higher frequencies coming to Earth. Many are choosing to leave at this time. Everything taking place now and soon is about dissolving separation consciousness and the false sense of self that accompanies it. Trust that in spite of what you may be experiencing in your personal life, everything at this point is part of a bigger picture leading you through and then beyond the hypnotism you have long accepted as being reality. Even though every person is divine consciousness individualized, a spiritually evolved consciousness will automatically express more high-resonating light or God energy than that of a consciousness conditioned with beliefs of duality and separation. Because consciousness is creative, it is always expressing itself. Beliefs of duality and separation serve to block the flow of higher resonating energies simply because they are manifesting and will do so until cleared. There is no unmanifest consciousness. A high resonating state of consciousness automatically and without thought flows as oneness, calmness, consideration, kindness, trust, comfort, guidance, acceptance, assistance, and love, etc., etc. Those receptive to these energies will feel and be drawn to them in some way, while others may be repelled or even fear them. This, however, is not important because your job is to be the lighthouse. Many are beginning to experience qualities of their real self because they are spiritually ready. One aspect of the real self is empowerment, a quality often thought of as being power over someone or something. Spiritual empowerment is a divine quality already fully present in every individual, but often misunderstood or not even recognized. Spiritual empowerment can only express through a state of consciousness that has attained what spiritual literature refers to as the mystical marriage, the realization that male and female energies are not separate but rather are two facets of one divine whole, an androgynous or balanced consciousness. When one facet is believed to be superior or more important than the other, it blocks the manifestation of spiritual empowerment and adds energy to concepts of empowerment being power over. You are all familiar with beliefs that relegate male energy to being superior to female energy. Much of this is the result of past beliefs being kept alive by those who stand to profit from it in some way. Masculine energy is the doer, active aspect of God, and feminine energy is the loving, intuitive, gentle aspect of God. They are not separate, but rather are meant to manifest as one, physically, emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. Minds conditioned with beliefs of duality and separation interpret the active aspect of masculine energy as being superior to the feminine because it appears to do more and humans love doing. When compared, feminine energy appears not to be doing. The belief in male superiority blocks the flow of divine feminine energy, which is vital to and necessary for balanced outcomes on every level. The divine feminine tempers and gives intuitive input to decision-making, and, without it, you get war, violence, and hatred. It is an insult to God and an act of idolatry to believe that God's feminine aspect is less than God's male aspect. Both are facets of the one omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent whole that is fully present on earth in every male and female. Everyone has lived lives as both male and female, which is why so many are confused by gender identity at this time. Remember, you are consciousness with a body, not a body with consciousness. Empowerment allows a person to lovingly say to another, "Thank you for your opinion, but I am choosing to do this." Empowerment is loving and respecting others while never allowing them to dominate or have control over you. It is allowing your masculine aspect to make choices and decisions guided by the love, consideration, and intuition of your feminine aspect. Empowerment may occasionally mean speaking firmly to another using words they can relate to while silently acknowledging the person's true self. Many organized religions teach that they alone have all the answers about God and that therefore you must believe what they believe or face punishment. Advertisers tell you to eat this and buy that or something bad will happen. Politicians, religious leaders, family, educators, and experts are all telling you what to believe, and scamming has become rampant. Spiritual empowerment is a state of consciousness that strengthens intuition and allows you to lovingly make and stand in choices and decisions without guilt, doubt, feeling less than, or a need to please. You are ready to allow the already fully present empowerment within you to express.